Hi everyone, welcome you all. So previously we have learned what is a list, and then we have learned various methods or ways to initialize the list. What is initialization? Giving a value to a list is called initialization, or any variable is called initialization. For example, if you write x is equals to 10, that means you are initializing the value 10 to the variable x. So previously we have learned all these. If you haven't learned how to declare list, don't worry, you can always go to my previous video and check out how to do that. So before you jump to this video, the prerequisite is you should be knowing how to declare the list. And today's agenda point is initialization and accessing elements and manipulating list. So without much delay, let's jump to our PyCharm and learn how to do this. So this is my PyCharm. I have already declared some list. We have X, which is an empty list, and we have a Y, Y1 and Y2. Okay. So if I want to print the first element of Y, what I can do is I can simply write print and Y1 of 0. Now this will give me the first element. I must write first element, and now let us try to execute this piece of a code and check it out what happens. So you can see first element is high. Why high? Because y1 is a variable which is this. Now hope you got why I'm getting high from this. Okay, now what if I write somewhat like this, y1, and execute this, and we are getting obviously the second element. Similarly, this can be done like this. Okay, and run this. Now one more thing, we only have index up to 3. Now what if I specify 4? Ta-da! You can see I run into error. Let's read this error. So it says file so and so, line number 9, you can check it out, line number 9, and print first element y14 index error less index out of range. So here you can see what type of error is generated when we specify the index which is not present in the list. So we ran into error. Okay, we should be avoiding this. Instead, I can specify the negative index as we did in strings. So you can see -1 and 3 both are giving me hello, right? So minus indexing is also allowed, right? So if I specify -2, you can check it out. I am getting the okay, -1 and -2, right? So this is how we can specify index and print the elements or access it. For example, let's say we have a variable called g, and I want to specify, let's say, y1 of, let's say, 0 only. And now I must print the value of g, and let us print the value of y1 as well. So only two statements are there, and both the value I'm getting, see, g is equals to y1 0, so that means first element goes to g, and hence the value is printed high. And in the line number 7 we are completely printing y1. And if we specify like this, and let us change, let us print this, and I'm getting y1. Now what if I change the value of this 200, and let us execute this piece of code. Right now you must be wondering, I am getting high, but I must get 100 this time at this place, or y1 should be giving me 100. Actually what is happening here is we are just copying the value of y1 into a g. So g is a different variable and y10 is a different variable, right? So that's why any change done to the variable will not be reflected in the list. But yes, if we specify y10 is equals to, let's say, 900, and run this. Now list is modified, and this is true because lists are mutable. But if we specify a tuple or a string, let's say we have a string, let's say str is equals to hello, and if you try to print str, let's say 0, it gives you obviously h. There is no doubt about it, we have already learned. But if we try to change the location value stored in this h, what it gives, see, let's check it out. You are getting a type error. Str object not support item assignment or initialization, right? So we cannot initialize or assign a new value to a existing string. So you can see a string is we cannot assign a new any element to this string. But if we talk about this y1, we can actually do it. Let us run this program and check it out. So see, it is changed. Let us print complete list and check it out whether it shows me the correction or not. So you can see my item is updated or manipulated, right? So this is one way of accessing and changing elements in the list. Now let us see how we can do it with the help of a loop, right? So let us see how we can print a simple element first, and then we will discuss how to do it with the loops, right? Let us copy this piece of a code, and let's say 1, and let's say 2 and 3. So delete it and let us run. So this will print all the elements. But what if I want to use a loop instead, because it will make my work more easier, right? I less than equals to, what we are going to do, we are going to calculate the length of your list, and less than, it should be actually less than, and now print all the element y1 bracket I. Now the value of I will be 0, so you can consider y1 as 0 for the first time, which is this statement, and then we are going to increase the value of I by 1. And let us execute this piece of our code and see whether I'm able to successfully print all the elements or not. Yes, it is. See, I'm able to change it, sorry, print it actually. And if you want to change all the elements and do some calculation, if your list is completely integer, so we can consider this y1, and let's say y, so we can print this. So you can see I have printed this list, and if I want to modify all the elements in the y by simply multiplying it by 2, so y of, let's say, I multiply equals to 2, and let us print the complete list now and see. So we can not only change it, we can not only print it, but we can change the list using the loop, right? So let's get rid of this, and you can check it out. Okay, I have updated all the elements. Initial elements were 3 2 3 5, and now it has been changed to 6 4 6 10. Okay, hopefully this is easy now, and this is what I want to tell you today. And tomorrow we are going to discuss how we can use a for loop to manipulate list or access list elements or traverse through the list. Traversing is accessing all the elements in the list, is called traversing. Traversing. Traversing, you got it? This is the term often asked in interviews, right? Or maybe in Vivas. So that's all for the day. Now